Welcome back to another Reldas Adventures video on our trip to Scotland in late September 2021. We explored the northwest coast of Scotland on our third day, headed from Tongue to Durness and ending up in Kylesku. Our first stop was at the Moyne House, just west of Tongue. The house sits on the edge of a vast peat bog that covers much of the Sutherland. Today, graffiti artists have left their mark on the walls of the house, making for some interesting photos. After an hour driving twisting roads around large sea inlets, we came to the town of Durness in Smoo Cave. The cave boasts one of the largest entrances to any sea cave in Britain at 50 feet high. It is formed by a burn that runs down into the rear chamber, as well as erosion caused by the sea. It is believed that the cave was occupied during the Stone Age more than 5,000 years ago. Later, Norse settlers possibly used the cave as shelter. Sir Walter Scott visited Smoo Cave in 1814, who wrote about it in his diary and brought the cave to public attention. Less than a mile from Smoo Cave, we came to Sango Sands Beach. With golden sands, rocky formations, and plenty of sheltered outcrops, Sango Bay offers visitors the best of everything. With its cliffs, rocks, and sand dunes, Sango Bay is one of the most spectacular and varied beaches in the Highlands. It was hard for us not to think of our trips to the Caribbean while soaking in the sun with the crystal clear blue-green waters crashing about us. The only difference was the temperature. At the time we were there, it was 58 degrees.
For the roll of the wind as we sail across the water, the roll of the sea as we're taken through the night. The dimming lamp of day leaves the crimson foam and spray across the face of the mighty Atlantic. In this cradle we found love, in westward turn. Here we touch the hope divine, and in the rapture and the charm came the tranquil and the calm on the rage of the mighty Atlantic. Deep is great, supreme deceiver, brave new world and cursed emotion. Let your people go. Bring me a savior. White doves rise above the ocean. For the brightness of the lights as they stretch across the water, the excitement of the night as we're carried through the sea. There's a welcome lies in store, the strongest stars I've ever known, in the homes of the mighty Atlantic. For behold, it is gentle as the waves they guide you over. Oh, across the sky, our different worlds in constant motion. For the wind as we sail across the waters, the roll of the sea as we're taken through the night and coming home each day. And you know I just can't wait for the shores of the mighty Atlantic.
Situated near the extreme northwestern tip of mainland Scotland is Balnakeil Beach, an expansive crescent of near white sand backed by grassy dunes. The beach forms one side of a narrow neck of land that stretches out to the rocky headland of Fareed Head. This is only minutes from Durness, and we experienced one of the best hot chocolates we've ever had at the Cocoa Mountain in the Balnakeil Craft Center. Situated at the western end of Balnakeil Bay and near the parking lot is the ruins of an old church founded in 722 by Saint Melruba. The present building dates from 1619. This old church stands on the site of one of the first Christian establishments in one of the oldest Culdees settlements in Sutherland. Culdees were missionaries from Iona. A definite place of worship since the 12th century, for there is records in the Vatican archives that proves that the church contributed to the Third Crusade in 1190. It is also on record that the Church of Balnakeil was responsible for supplying oil and incense to Durness Cathedral from 1222 to 1245 during the episcopate of St. Gilbert. The church was abandoned over 200 years ago and now stands as a ruin. As we started our path south on the western side of the Highlands, our breaths were taken away over each hill and around each bend by the spectacular mountainous views. I learned that no matter what the weather was like, there were truly awe-inspiring photos to be taken in this land. We got off the main road and headed down a very narrow lane for several miles to reach Baltrick Beach. One of our goals was to go and find things to see that not many others would do, and this place was one of them. For the road to the beach, well, the road was really just a path about the same size as our vehicle. On the right side was a sheer cliff towering 30 feet above the car, and on the right was a drop-off about the same height. Perilously weaving our way down and then back up this cliffside was frightening, but the views were amazing. Driving to Kylesku had promised to be an incredible and scenic journey. We had a dash cam that we tried to use in the car, but unfortunately, it was not taking very clear videos, so we stopped using it after a time. We included a time-lapse video from the dash cam to show you how around every turn there was just something new and amazing to see. Kylesku sits at the center of a 770 square mile area which has become Scotland's first global geopark. There is abundant wildlife and a wide range of outdoor pursuits in or on the lochs, mountains, and white sandy beaches, including birdwatching, seal and otter spotting, fishing, climbing, and hill walking. Kylesku was our stopping point for the evening, but we decided to go a bit further south to see an abandoned castle. The ruins of Ardvik Castle stand on a rocky promontory at the edge of the freshwater loch ascent. Built toward the end of the 15th century, it was the seat of the MacLeods of Ascent. Originally a 3 or 4 story rectangular building, it was later extended and the accommodation improved with the addition of a tower. It has been the site of sieges, murders, and executions involving inter-MacLeod fighting, as well as battles with traditional enemies. It was the place where James Graham, Marquis of Montrose, was imprisoned in 1650 after defeat and is said to be very haunted. Ghosts include that of the weeping daughter of a MacLeod chief. She took her own life and drowned in the Loch Ascent after being fooled into marrying the devil. It was said that to have been part of a pact entered into in order to save the castle for her father. It is reported that she can be seen walking along the beach close to the castle. Another ghost is that of a mysterious man dressed all in gray who roams in the ruined castle walls. Kelly had her own encounter with fear when she climbed up into the castle, but then with the winds blowing at a constant 30 miles per hour and gusts of 60, she clung to the walls and would not move until I came to help her down.
15 years old and smoking and rolled cigarettes, running from the law through the backfields and getting drunk with my friends. Had my first kiss on a Friday night. I don't reckon that I did it right, but I was younger then. Take me back to when we found weekend jobs, and when we got paid, we'd buy cheap spirits and drink them straight. Me and my friends have not thrown up in so long. Oh, how we've grown, but I can't wait to go home. I'm on my way, driving at 90 down those country lanes, singing to Tiny Dancer, and I miss the way you make me feel. It's real. We watch the sunset.
We ended our day eating at the Kylesku Hotel, and we overnighted at the Newton Lodge. The lodge experienced a blackout that evening, but the high winds, but we did not notice. We hope you enjoyed our Day 3 video. Look for new videos coming soon.